imagine a concept for a TV show that would be like the worst idea that you could ever try to pitch. I think My Classic Tire.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Sure.
That's where we'll put the lettering right about there. It'll just come up. There it is.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, Frankers, it's time for My Classic Tire.
Busy.
Frankers, this is where you're supposed to go, oh, you guys, I love My Classic Tire. And take one.
Action.
Action. Frankers. Hey, Frankers, it's time for My Classic Tire. Line for Frankers. And take 3. And time for My Classic. And take 5. Take 6. Frankers, go.
Well, you can never waste any time with
Really, My
Tire.
Classic Tire is never a waste of time. Okay, it's Saturday night. The usual suspects for My Classic Tire. Today we're going to have a look at this baby here. I'm not entirely sure what it is, so the first thing we're going to do is clean it up, and then we're going to have a look. I found this in my pile of awesome tires, and we're
as
going
one does.
as one might, as we do. I'm taking a break from the agonizing, painstaking nightmare of the SM to do something like work on the Studebaker. So this is going on the Studebaker, and since it has 0% chance of running, we got to put really good tires on. We're taking My Classic Tire to the next level. Full-on tire detailing sessions are now part of the process. Wow, look at this puppy, eh? Yeah, crusty. This is the original wheel from that Studebaker because it's painted the right color. And the tire, I don't know where I got this tire. It's really in good shape, but it's not new. It's, well, I guess good might be.
A little bit of toe wear.
It's a touch on the feathered, hey? There's a little bit of, there's some pieces coming off, but they're small, right? They're small pieces that are coming off, and overall, it's holding air. We put a new tube in this guy, and didn't explode when we mounted it on, so it qualifies as a classic tire quite handily. Alright, now we need to do My Classic rinse the fucking mess off. So, Dave, what do you think the vintage on this is?
60s.
Late 60s, maybe?
Mid 60s, sure.
Yeah, I think
No
it's
problem with that. Yeah, 65, 6.
yeah, really. That's about a 5/8 white wall.
Sure.
What's the brand of this baby? Oh, it's a D78, so that means it's late 60s. Because if it was said, if it said 550-15, that would be earlier, right?
Sure.
When they came out with the letters, that was kind of like late 60s.
Oh, there you go. It even says
67.
Oh, there,
replaces a 685/15.
There you go. So that tells you it's right around the changeover time.
200.
Medallion 200. That's how many miles it was warranted for. Time to move on to the next part of the program, which is called balancing My Classic Tire with My Classic Balancer. Oh, and look, can you get in close? Luckily, there, my thumb. Luckily approved for Studebaker, Packard, Pontiac, Chrysler. This will come in real handy because we have one of each of these cars. Right? Oh, can you see it?
Yeah, there.
Nash, Kaiser, Willys, Hudson.
Pull out the
Pull
chart.
out the original instructions. Since we're getting original on our asses here, check this out. Oops.
Nice.
This is from the collection of Agent 747
Coeur d'Alene.
while I was picking up a bunch of Citroen stuff. Still in its original box, the Float-O-Matic wheel balancing kit. So, we're going to pitch the Float-O-Matic against the Chang-O-Matic Chinese tire balancer there. And we're gonna see
Against the Blue Viper.
the Blue Viper.
So
You
what
see?
are we working with?
Studebaker 46 to 58.
C.
C.
Balancer, use holes in.
C. Okay. All right.
Alright,
And so what you do is you take these babies here. You take 3 of these. Get them in front there. There you can see. These are little centering things. C for Studebaker. C there, and one probably there. Right? And then you get that. See the bubble in the center there? You can actually see it if you turn the. Oh, that's wrong, right? And you bring it back. Turn these little adjusters. There we go. Minty. So we're gonna put this on the concrete just so we don't have any kind of. We don't want to get any false readings.
We don't want any hops.
We don't want any. Don't want any mistakes.
I don't want to shimmy.
We don't want to shimmy at 0 miles an hour in the Studebaker. Okay, I'm gonna dial it in here. Okay, now what we have to do is get it right on the money, right? Which is right there. It's awesome. Now, what I'm gonna do, it can't move, right? Okay, here she comes. There, that fits perfectly. That's cool. So I would say that we would want to put a little bit. I'm gonna just grab some weights. Should we? Here. What do you think? High side, right? Right there. It's sure bouncy. Holy man. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. It sure moves around a lot. There, okay. Definitely the bubbles kicked off towards me, agreed? The more I wait, I put a weight here. Does it come back?
That's getting pretty darn close now.
I'm going to put another one. Okay, I'm going to put this heavy guy right here. Seems like too much, maybe? No, that's pretty close. It's actually kind of working. What do you think? That's pretty close.
Yeah,
Let's call that.
I think that's balanced.
Okay, we're going to call that balanced.
So it's what with what?
That's 2
2.5 ounces
2.5 ounces at right.
at max load rating. Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna
there.
tap it on there. There, thus. Hey, here's what we'll do. We'll put it on here with the weight on. And we'll see what it says.
Yeah, and then compare
And
it
we'll
back.
take the weight off and see if it was better with the weight on.
Sure. Make a compare.
And then we can balance it here and throw it on there.
And see what's more right.
And then by then everybody will have changed channels anyway. Am I doing this right?
No,
No, definitely.
other side.
Huh?
Other side. You got to put the wheel
Holy
on first.
Wheels, yeah, right. Fuck. Who's the new guy? There we go. Oh, come on. It's not the worst tire in Canada. I thought it might be, but
No, that's back over there.
that's right. Coming up next. So, right? Let's get all the computer love going here. Computer. Is that how you do that?
Yep.
To the inside of the tire. 8.5. 9. Whatever. Width. That's a 5-inch wide wheel. That's a narrow wheel. 15-inch, right? Hitting her.
Yep.
Let's hit her. Or how hoppy is it? Oh, it's hip hoppy, hey? Woo, that hurts. Oh. It's 3/4 of an ounce and 2 ounces.
Now, where's it asking for the 2 ounces, though?
If it's right opposite where we put the weight, that's probably bad. Right here, it wants more weight. Oh,
So not too
We're
far.
neighborhoody.
Neighborhoody.
All right. Let's just for chucks take this guy off. Ouch. The other problem with this tire is so out of round that the hoppiness is causing problems. Okay, let's try it now. See if it's better or worse. That's right, guys. More My Classic Tire coming right up. Oh, good job, Miniature Frankers. It's worse. Definitely worse. We were better when we had our weight on there. Okay. Do we even have a 3-ounce weight? Oh, well, there we go. That's close enough. 3. According to this, you would put one here. Oh, it's good. Half of it. That's what I mean. It's we're not. How fast are we really going here? That's plenty good enough. Now let's throw it back on number 2 here. Oh, you mother. Cut the station identification.
You know what doesn't give you this problem?
Huh?
The Float-O-Matic.
Float-O-Matic does not cause these problems. Float-O-Matic. Yeah. So far, I'm going with gravity as having better demounting system.
Float-O-Matic, the clear winner here in this category.
Clearly, the less annoying tool. Oh my. Oh. There we go. China tolerancing. Okay. This thing is spot on. I'm going to drop her down again and see. Okay. Here she comes for a landing. It does not, it's not too far off. I mean, I would be tempted to put some weight here at this point. Oh no, I mean I would say.
Well, even just touching it right there brought it much closer.
Yeah, but when I lift up on this a tiny bit, it goes right in the bubble there. Mm-hmm. When I let go of it, kind of goes away a bit. So I think, according to what this is doing, the spinning balancer is compensating for how out of round the tire is. Mm-hmm. Whereas if the tire was round, I think you'd be neighborhoody for sure. Because we put 2.75 on just by eye, and this gave us 3.
Sure.
And so it's definitely neighborhoody.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's not a bad. Well, you know what? For the cars that I drive, I'll balance them this way.
Sure.
If if I had to, right? It works fine. This is how they used to do it.
Sure.
You can do, how fast do any of my cars go anyway?
50, 60 miles.
50, 60 miles an hour, maybe. Throw it down again now that we've redone it. There it is.
After the recalibration.
Yeah. So, clearly showing light on this side, right? Get it to stop bouncing. Okay, there. Right, definitely light on that side. So, if we put pretty close.
That's pretty close.
And that is basically where we had it before. Right? So, yeah, it works fine. Interesting. Awesome. Full plies.
Oh,
Full plies, not half plies.
no.
For full plies.
Full plies. Now you're not getting cheated on any of your
Yeah.
plies.
Medallion, yeah. It was probably a department store, hey? It was probably
Yeah.
like Woolworths
Montgomery
or...
Awards.
Yeah, Montgomery Ward at Simpsons. Did Simpsons have tires? Probably.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, they had
Everybody
medallions.
They
Yeah.
all did.
Yeah.
There was a whole bunch
She's,
of...
I would say you got a good, she's 40-50% in the middle and
Yeah.
5 or 10 on the outsides there. What would make a tire scrub like that, hey? That's your classic underinflation. Remember the old Chilton books from the 70s? This is your classic underinflation pattern. Look at the whole outside tread is just gone.
Or if it was overinflated.
Then it would be
Oh,
bald
yeah,
in
right
the
in the
middle.
middle.
Bald in
Yeah,
the middle.
bald in the middle. Remember those? And then cupping. It would show the cupping.
Cupping.
Yeah, it's not cupped. It's not cupped. These are just the thing for your '57 champion. You gotta. Can you imagine driving these in the winter and stuff? Eh? And that's a fairly small 15-inch tire, I would say.
That's the minimum.
This would be about what you would have put on a cheap Studebaker, right? Like, I think that we've really nailed this one.
Yeah.
Really, overall, I would say that if we were trying to make a car that was supposed to look like a cheap 10-year-old Studebaker
Sure.
that somebody didn't want to put any money into, this is the tire you would put on it, right?
Some
The skinny
off-brand.
white wall, so that you didn't look like somebody's grandpa with your wide white. You'd put the skinny white walls on, but you gotta have a white wall because it's a Studebaker
Sure,
and
sure.
it's pretty poverty. That looks terrible. I bet that tire, when it was out rotting in a field for 50 years, never really figured that it was gonna get the My Classic tire treatment.
He was just asking.
It was like, maybe someday. Since we actually have the correct hubcap in this case, we should have a quick look. This is the correct original hubcap for the 57 Studebaker that's moldering out in the yard there. Hubcap's the best part. I have to say, this hubcap is pretty clean. And wow, that whole thing, that whole package there really just sends it home. It's too bad the rest of the car is utter rubbish, but that really looks good. Gentlemen, classic tire.
As always.
That is a really attractive tire there, I think we can say. Will the Studebaker be pretty
Oh,
stoked
right.
to sit around in the yard with that?
Oh yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, I think, hey.
You
Hey,
gotta get some shine on there.
put some production values into these shitty videos. There we go. Medallion. Interesting font. Font nerds might want to fill us in as to what font that is. I am not a font nerd, as much as some people might think. Helvetica wide, perhaps? Anyway, unlike the tread, which is not wide.
Awesome. That's perfect grip in the wintertime, right? You know.
Yeah, I like the one in the middle that's actually, give that
Just-
a bit of a shine. It's actually very shiny.
I like that pat. That's
Interesting.
Cool. Very
wear,
interesting.
but yeah. So,
A slight alignment issue, maybe.
maybe, but yeah, it's not terrible, really. I mean, relatively. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh.
for a My Classic tire, this is possibly one of the best.
Oh,
This one
definitely.
actually holds air and is ready to go on a car. So it is.
surpasses a large
It's,
portion of
it's substantially better than most of the tires that we have. Hope you all can make the last 5 minutes up to yourselves. And cut. Directors love Frankers. Bye bye from. What do you think you're Marlon Brando? Just act like this.
Same old shit.